All right, so this video is going to talk about how to do the function machines activity for class today. So you should have this function machine in front of you. And as you can see, it is a machine that takes in some input into a function and produces some output. So take your machine and we'll zoom in there so you can see it a little bit better. All right. Now, what you're going to do is you are going to create a table where you have your input, the function you're going to use, and your output. Okay? So, let's say I choose my input of -3. Okay. So I'm going to put -3 into my input. And then I'm going to choose the function g of x equals 3x minus 5. Okay. So I'm going to drag this, I'm going to drag this into my function box. Then I have to use the function I chose to calculate what my output will be. So when I input -3 into my function, I replace x with -3 because that's my input. I end up getting 3 times -3, which is -9 minus 5, which turns out to be -14. So my output is -14. So I can put my output of -14 in the output container. Okay? So you're going to create this table that takes in an input, puts it into a function, and produces some output. All right? You have a list of input and output values that you can work with. If there's an input value you want to use or an output value that is not included on the worksheet, I gave you blank templates so you can use your own. So there are some blank input clouds. So let's say you want to try 100 and that's not one of the inputs. And there are also some blank output cylinders. So if you get some output that you don't know, you can put it into the blank template. And there are also some blank function boxes. So if you want to come up with your own functions, let's say you want to try, x cubed, that's not one of the functions, you're welcome to do that. But your goal is to use the function machine to create, at least 30 different outputs. So I don't care how you do it. You could use the inputs that are already provided. You can use the functions that are already provided. You can make your own up. I think you're actually going to have to make up some of your own here to get your 30 different outputs. But I want at least 30 different outputs at the end. Okay, you could use the same function machine every time. Let's say you could use the input -2 and you can use the same function you were using, right? That's okay by me, but you should have at least 30 different outputs. You can use different functions. Your table needs to show the input, the function, and the final output. So I know what you did in the machine to get the outputs that you have. Okay, so you and your team have the rest of class to work on this problem of creating 30 different outputs with your function machine. Let me know if you need any help. I'll come around and help you as you work on this activity.